Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to lecture number 44. Today we'll talk about continue talking about power electronics. And what did I tell you last time? I told you this is the 360 plus 303 plus 380, okay? Clear? And I told you it is the application of solid state devices into power and control. And we find it in many ways, like electric vehicles, high voltage DC, etc. Those are the devices that we use. We have a power diode. We will focus more on it. We have a thyristor. It's the diode, but you can control when it turns on, but not when it turns off. Or transistors on and off. Or a triac, which is two parallel diodes that you can control when they are on and off, but a triac conducts current in two directions. A diode in one direction, صح? You remember that?
Yes.
A triac is in two directions. كأنهم two diodes against each other.
الزنر diode يعني.
لا الزنر has reverse voltage but يصير clip DC. الزنر يعطيك voltage drop. triac لا voltage drop zero.
Two parallel and
Similar to two parallel diodes. Plus gate to control when to turn them on or off. We talked about the history, we talked about the integration. In power electronics we have capacitors, bars, sensors, fuses, protection scheme, cooling system, عشان الحرارة. نفس cooling in PC. Same thing. Discrete devices like transistor, switching drives, controllers, etc. And there are four types. We have DC to DC, DC to AC, AC to AC, AC to DC. Four types of power conversion. Abdulaziz, it's very important. You're going to ask a question. Today we will begin talking about the diode rectifier. Today we will start talking about the diode rectifiers. And there are two types of full wave rectifier. إيش معنى full wave rectifier? You rectify positive or negative side. Both of them will be rectified, becomes positive. There are two structures. Center tap transformer with two diodes, or bridge rectifier, which is transformer and four diodes. Two types. Okay? Let's talk about the first type. Did we talk about this last lecture?
No.
So let's say we have a supply. Let's call this Vn, and let's say that the ratio is 1 to make things simple. The center tap transformer. We have two voltages, center tap. What is this voltage? V input over 2. What is this voltage?
V input.
Over 2. Because if you add them, they will be equal to V input. Transformer ratio is 1. Clear?
Yes.
Not clear? Let me know. And he is telling you that V input is 2 Vm sine omega t. So this implies, what is V input over 2? Vm sine omega t. So this is Vm sine omega t. This is Vm sine omega t. This is 2. عشان الهاف بس. To make an analysis here easy.
How do we split the one?
You draw a cable على half of the windings. If you have 400 turns at 220 turns, you take the voltage drop. You تسحب سلك. Center tap exactly halfway. Then you connect one transistor here and another transistor die. This is D2, this is D1, plus minus, VD1, VD2. Then you connect them with a load R, plus minus in output. You take an output plus minus. البلس على اليمين. Everything else على اليسار. فوق تحت فوق تحت. Clear? See what will happen. At the positive half cycle, we have here Vm sine omega t is positive. Sine is positive. So this diode is on, this diode is off. So when the diode is off, how do we write its equivalent circuit?
Open circuit.
So this will be open circuit, and this will be 0.7 drop or short circuit. Let's keep it short circuit, ideal. This is only during the positive cycles. Clear?
Yes.
This is very crucial, not easy. Let's do KVL here. Voltage rise or voltage drop? Vn over 2 plus Vd1, which is 0, minus Vd1, minus V output equals 0. So this is already 0, short circuit. So what is V output? V input over 2, which is Vm sine omega t. So if I have here V input to Vm, at the positive half cycle, what do I have? Vm. Here 2 Vm, here Vm. At the negative half cycle, we have to reduce circuit. This will be short circuit. This will be open circuit. At the negative half cycle, this is negative, so this is more positive than this one. So this diode will conduct. So how to do it? Do KVL here. Voltage rise or voltage drop? Vn over 2 plus V output plus Vd2 equals 0. This implies that this is 0. V output equal minus Vn over 2, which is minus Vm sine omega t. But sine omega t is already negative, so minus Vm will be that. And the cycle continues. Clear?
Clear.
Who doesn't understand it? If I give you a numerical example, I tell you V input is 220 volts. What is the voltage drop here? Huh? No, RMS.
Oh.
We love RMS. This will be square root of 2 times 220. This will be square root of 2 times 110. Sine. Square root of 2 times 110. If I tell you what's the current across the load, you have to tell me what's the current. It's V output over R. Watch the YouTube video. Try to do numbers.
دكتور السايكل اللي انا عملتها كده مو عاكس الكرنت.
No. The current is from here to here, from positive to negative. It's V output over R. That's it. The current R10 ohm. This output will be square root of 2 times 110 over 2 ohm sine omega t. Single phase, not three phase. Okay? Another thing is, let's go back to the positive cycle.
بس انا اقصد دكتور في السنتر تاب مو مفترض يكون النص هذا يكون نيجاتيف مو بوزيتيف.
لا
لانه جراوند.
لا يا اخي ما في جراوند. وين جراوند؟ ما في جراوند. الجراوند اذا كان كذا. انت you're not connecting it to ground, you're connected to another load. No ground.
بس انت شبكت اللود على النيجاتيف.
ما في ground. This system is not grounded.
لانه الريزستور انت شبكته من الجهه هذا على النيجاتيف، من فوق على النيجاتيف كانه جراوند.
Negative is never the ground.
بوزيتيف هنا.
ما تذكر في الكيت حقت البطارية plus 5 and minus 5 volt.
طيب.
Ground you either connect it على zero voltage drop for sure. You don't connect على zero voltage. Okay? Let's see again. So what is VD2? If this is short circuit, VD1 is 0, صح? But what is VD2? We have to do a KVL here. This is during the positive side. If you do a KVL, voltage rise or voltage drop?
Voltage rise.
Plus V output plus VD2 equals 0. So what is VD2? When VD2 is open circuit, is minus V output minus Vn over 2, which is what? Minus 2 Vm sine omega t. So the voltage that appears across the VD2 is actually minus V input, which has twice of the center tap voltage. To show it in figure, VD2 is minus 2 Vm. This is the center tap voltage, Vs. VD2 is twice. If this ratio was 1, هو V peak, VP. The bottom line, the issue of this design is the voltage across D2. Sometimes it becomes very large, negative. So we're risking a breakdown. So we have to pick a die يكون البريك داون أقل من ال V input هذا أو أقل من V input over 2 times 2. Clear?
Yes.
So the amplitude here is minus 2 Vm. Here it's Vm. Here it's minus 2 Vm. This is across D2. A negative cycle across the D1 because D2 is short circuit, it's conducting. Clear?
اخر جزئيه
Who did not study 2 or 3? Raise your hand.
I don't think we can reach here without studying it.
No, we have. I have seen. During the positive cycle, this is short circuit, this is open circuit, right? If this is open circuit, I'm trying to calculate its voltage. It's Vs plus V output plus VD2 equals 0. So VD2 is Vs plus V output. But V output equal to Vs, negative Vs. Positive Vs during the half cycle, positive half cycle. So it's twice the voltage drop would appear across VD2. So the amplitude that appears is minus 2 Vm. So this is you're applying a negative voltage at VD2 twice of the peak. So you're risking the breakdown. You might burn it, تحرق. Clear? So this is the equation. Same story. If you have during a negative cycle, the output will be minus Vs. So it will be positive. So VD2 is 0, VD1 is negative 2 Vm. So how to fix this design? You have to use 4 diodes. And if you use 4 diodes, your VM will appear across 2 diodes rather than 1. Okay? Is this clear?
Yes.
If I ask a question in the exam, can you do the calculation?
Yes.
You have to know it yourself. We don't have time. So each diode conducts an alternate half cycle of supply voltage, producing full wave output. A DC saturation of the transformer core does not exist since no DC in the transformer. Any DC components here will be blocked by transformer. White blocks لأنها physically separated, electrically separated. What is J omega L for DC? 0.
Yeah.
So transformer blocks all the DC from an input to center tap. فما في عندنا DC component. ما في offset بلغتكم. Clear? Not only that, we have average output voltage. And how to calculate the average VDC? It is 2 because it's symmetrical. I'm talking about this signal, how to calculate its average. It's 2, the integration of this until pi, so 0 to cycle over 2, 2 over t, Vm sine omega t. It is 2 Vm over pi, which is 0.633, 0.6366 Vm. So if Vm is 220 times the square root of 2, your DC component is 0.6366 times the peak. What is a peak? Square root of 2 times an RMS. So if I tell you the RMS is 220, what is the VDC? 220 times the square root of 2 times the 0.6. Clear?
Yes.
So for example here, if RMS, we love RMS 220, what is VDC? It is 2 over pi times the square root of 2 times 220. And you do the math. Clear? هذه من الأسئلة اللي بتيجي صغيرة. The peak inverse voltage of a diode come 2 Vm. We already talked about it here, صح? 2 Vm. So this is for a center tap. How does, any questions so far? Who doesn't understand center tap transformer rectifier? Raise your hand. Now it's the time to ask a question. We only have 3 lectures left. This and 2 more. Try to understand it today, because if you don't understand today, you will not have time to study for it. Clear?
Yeah.
Let's proceed to the other type, your bridge. I'm not going to dig into details, but the benefit of a bridge is that diode voltage will be minus Vm rather than minus 2 Vm. Why? Because during the positive cycle, let's say here A is 1, so V input is Vs. We have D1 conducts, يجي على V output. We have a V1 conducts, يجي على V output, يجي على D2, يرجع للنيجاتيف. This is the flow of the current, I/O. So here, 2 diodes that are off, which is D3 and D4, both of them will have voltage drop of only Vm. Because center tap doesn't divide by 2. Clear?
Yeah.
Is this clear?
Victor, can we do
I'll do it now. For a positive, D1 and D2 are on, so VD3 and VD4 are off, and they have voltage drop of minus Vn. For a negative, we have D4 is on, D3 is on, why? Because D1 will be open circuit and D2 will be open circuit. D3 and D4 will be short circuit. معكوسين. Be careful, sometimes the trick in the exam I might tell you D2, D4, D5, D6, and then what's the trick? Or D A, alpha, beta, gamma, sigma. You figure it out yourself. Which one is on, which one is off. Keep in mind the output here is rectified. So this is, what's the name of this? Bridge. Jisr. What's the name of this? Center tap.
Can I repeat this negative مرة ثانية؟ الفلو حقه.
During the negative cycle, D2 will be more negative. I'm sorry. During a negative cycle, D4 no negative. This الكاثود بيصير lower than الانود في negative cycle.
Negative cycle مو نبدأ من الجهة الثانية.
Negative cycle يعني الانبوت is like that. You can start from forward. I'm starting now forward. So this is short circuit. This is the resistor.
Okay.
Or the typical diode, that's okay. You can say during a negative cycle this is more positive. This is more positive. This is more positive. Clear?
Yes.
الفكرة في الدايود, rather than doing an assumption, you have to guess which one is higher, الانود or الكاثود. So في positive cycle, الانود حق D1 is higher than الكاثود, most likely. الانود حق D2 is most likely higher. في negative cycle, الانود حق D3 is mainly higher. Okay?
Yes.
The other types of circuit is the thyristor. The thyristor, it will be off unless you provide a pulse to its gate, هذه الgate. If you provide a pulse to the gate, what will happen? It will turn on like a regular diode. So if you notice here, we apply a positive pulse. Before that, the output is 0, even though we apply positive. Here it's positive. Even though it's positive, it will not be on unless you send a pulse على الجيت حقت الثايرستر. So thyristor is a diode plus gate. It will not turn on unless you fire it with a pulse, but once it's on, it will remain on until it turns off by itself. Then it needs another pulse to trigger it, which happens 180 degrees apart to conduct a negative cycle, rectified. The output is same as a regular diode, but it's chopped. If you notice, this part is chopped, this part is chopped و this part is chopped. Well, originally it's full wave rectifier في الدايود العادي. But because we delay the conducting until we send the pulse, we reduce the DC voltage. So DC voltage in this rectifier for the output is smaller than 0.6366 VM. Because we chop some of the signal. This is same as a center tap rectifier, except we delay the firing we delay the conducting T1 thyristor 1 to be on until we fire it with a pulse. Very short, in microsecond. Once we fire it, it will conduct. And then it will turn off during the negative cycle, unless we receive the other pulse. Once we receive the other pulse, T2 will be on, and it will rectify signal. Clear?
انتوا احسن هذا التريجر.
Of course, this one is better because you can control it. You can have higher DC, you can have smaller DC.
ربع حسب اللوس هنا كثير.
No, أنا دخل بس. Remember, power electronics is you have application. You need to control the speed of the motor. You need to control the dimmer حق the light. If you want brighter light, you keep the firing angle before.
بعدين الحين السيجنال طبعا كل شيء يعني حتى الحين لو ابغى ارجعها زي اول.
No, thyristor, what did we say about thyristor here? We said it's controlled on, controlled turn on, uncontrolled turn off. ما تقدر تتحكم فيه لما يطفى. بيطفى حسب الأنود والكاثود، إذا أقل بيطفى. إذا الأنود أقل من الكاثود بيطفى. Which happens بداية النيجاتيف cycle. But you have on control. هذا الثايرست. So what do you notice here? We chop a rectified signal to reduce the DC. What's the maximum DC you get? It is a full wave rectifier. This is not full wave rectifier. Now this is a basic principle of AC to DC conversion. You control the DC component, the average value of the DC. Later you need to add other components like smoothing capacitors to smooth the signal, to make it smooth. But we will not cover it in 360. We will cover the concept of rectification with the thyristors, that you have a gate pulse. It's your first time hearing about the thyristor. You will hear about it in 2 courses for level 4. Power electronics, no, 3 courses. 462, electric machine, power electronics, 460, and industrial electronics. Clear? So now you know what's a thyristor? It's a diode with a gate pulse. If you fire this angle, the diode will conduct. And then it will remain on until a negative cycle. بعد the negative cycle, you have to wait until you fire the other thyristor. Once you fire it, it will conduct and rectify, لأن هذا negative. This one is negative. Clear?
Yes.
So how many circuits we have studied? Bridge, rectifier, center tap, bridge, center tap, thyristor. This is basic of AC to DC converter. All of them AC to DC. Rectifier is AC to DC. Your goal is to get DC component. Is this clear?
الدكتور لو ما اعطانا احنا بولس هل بيكون سنتر
إذا ما أعطيت, if you don't give it a pulse, الأنش will be zero.
كله زيرو.
It's a question in the exam. What if you forget to send the pulse? It will be zero.
فما بيكون سنتر عادي.
It doesn't matter. The output will be zero. لأن هذا open circuit, هذا open circuit.
الحين بالبلس تجيب لك external source يعني.
Yeah, firing circuit. نسميها firing circuit.
What if we always give him on? If it becomes center tap?
If you give it fire at zero, firing circuit هي pulse واحدة شرارة. It's not always continuous. It doesn't matter if it's continuous. But if you keep firing it, it will be like a regular diode. So how to make this a regular diode? خلي firing exactly at zero. And another exactly at pi. No need to have it all the time. لو سويت الفايرنج at zero والفايرنج at pi, you will have full wave. طب what if you first fire at pi?
We will miss out.
You will have only one half the signal. What if you forget this fire and you just only have one fire here at pi, وهذه forget. What's the output? The output will be only the negative will be rectified. Clear?
Yes. لو شغلت مرتين two diodes في نفس الوقت تطلع البلس.
ما في يا اخي حتى اذا لو حطيت هنا pulse على T2, this will not conduct لانها you have to have a negative voltage. يعني let's say this you fire it here, still this will not conduct لانها negative bias. It has to be higher than cathode. It's very tricky, Isha. Very tricky. Very advanced. But it's good to know them.
أقدر أطبق على البريدج ولا لا؟
Yeah, it will be hard. Clear?
Yes.
We have 5 minutes to do triac. A triac in a short. Now you missed. Yeah, a minute. Honestly, it's better to leave now. You're wasting your time, only. Because you missed most of the lecture. And have to rewatch the YouTube. And it's better for you to do something else. Well, a triac is similar to a thyristor, but the gate would allow to control in both directions. You can have two diodes together مع gate. If you apply a positive current, يعني current go positive pulse على الجيت, this diode will conduct. If this diode conducts, it will rectify this signal. If you apply a negative pulse, يعني negative current, the other junction will conduct and it will rectify this signal. It will not rectify, it will pass signal, more rectify, pass. The flow of current is bidirectional because the voltage is positive and negative. What did we do? We changed the average value. What's the average value of this AC signal? Zero. Now, the average of this is 0, but the power density is small. So if I play with the control, I would have a DC يعني signal that has a different shape. ممكن يكون شكلها كده ممكن يكون شكلها كده. I play with the shape of the signal. You don't have to know about details. Just know is a positive gate will fire this. Negative gate will fire the lower diode. We call it triac. So it's AC to AC. The output is still AC, but we converted power. We might have average value, we might have average power. If those I gates are different, we will have a DC component of this AC signal.
دكتور لو ما اديت النيجاتيف بس بوزيتيف حيديني بس البوزيتيف؟
Only positive. Clear? A triac you can apply either positive current or negative current.
بس عشان اطلع الويف بشكل لغة لازم في يعني كونتينيو في البلس صح؟
I think it's just only one
Positive.
pulse. No, only one pulse.
بوزيتيف نيجاتيف بوزيتيف نيجاتيف بشكل سيكونس يعني.
No.
لأنه كيف بس النيجاتيف مرحلة.
And negative, if during a negative cycle, an anode is higher than cathode, so it will conduct. If there is no pulse to turn it on, it will be zero. It will be like there is no output. Remember, this is your V. This is a different circuit. This is just diode, battery, source, resistor. The V output equal to V input if this is on. V output equal to V input. دائما output equal to input as long as the triac is on. When the triac is on, apply positive gate when you have positive input, apply negative current gate when the input is negative. And you can control when it will conduct. الفكرة ما فيها إن ال power density you can make it smaller, you can make it larger by having this firing angle alpha. Alpha is what? The firing angle. Is the triac clear?
Yes.
So today we have learned 3 power electronic devices: diode, thyristor, triac. We also learned topology, center tap, bridge, as well as the easy AC to AC converter. In the next lecture, we will have a transistor, we will have a MOSFET, so time is up. Hopefully we will finish the material maybe Sunday. So it will be the day before. Okay, announcement, the mini final will only cover the material after major 2. Okay? But the final will be comprehensive. Why am I doing this? To give you opportunity to have exercises for the quiz so that you prepare for a final.
دكتور طريقة الفاينل أظن هتكون
نفس الميجر.
أنا فاهم نفس الستراكشر بس يعني أسئلة الميجر الأول والثاني
Yes.
واضحة.
Of everything. احذف المنهج. ما يقول انك ما تطلع من فاينل الا وانت فاهم المنهج.
Design project.
The day of the final, midnight. December 20, 11:59. All the instructions are clear. Recording, questions, answer. Bullets, professional, shmam, or suit. Oh, don't hide yourself. If you hide yourself, 0. Now this is not applicable to the other section. Okay?
Okay.
It's an interview. What are the norms of the interview? The Aramco will apply to it. Think, can I show this to Aramco? Will Aramco give me the job? If not, don't show it. And the submission, maybe we will put it in Blackboard and then I will put it in shared drive and will give it to you for your benefit, the future. Okay? Any other question? Feel free to go.
آخر شباب
Let me turn up the recorder.